It is after the eviction. We are here with John Michael, who I cannot believe is the first one voted out. That, listen, okay, that's something.
It is.
Because they wanted you out for a reason, and let's talk about it. First of all, what's your headspace like right now?
I'm good, honestly. I thought I was gonna be a lot more bitter, but like I'm actually
Give it time.
Yeah, like the bitter actually kicks in after, right?
No, I think right now it's a lot. Like, you've been through a whirlwind over the last few days. Let's start from the beginning. You know, you entered the house. I'm like, hey guys, you gotta get a partner. You gotta do this HOH together. You and Santina are like, yeah, we got this. You beast mode it. You win. You're like, you guys are safe. Yeah. And then what happened between her winning and her putting you up on the block?
Honestly, doubt really kicks in. I underestimated the power of paranoia. Like, I was actually paranoid that I was going to be, backdoored, or actually at what point be a nominee. And I was a little too transparent with the wrong people. And I think they used that against me.
That part.
You know, so they did see the crack in the mirror, and they just kept tapping at it. And I guess they were also working Santina as well. And at the end of the day, it fell in their favor.
Oh my God. Okay, so I asked you in the show, I was like, okay, so who do you think the house is, right? Because I was like, don't want to go against the house. And usually when you really dig deeper, there's no real house consensus. It's usually a few people who have a lot of influence. And you said it was Santina, Ty, Zach, and Rob, right? And you got 3 out of the 4.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Don't tell me it was Hope.
No, I mean that there is a big guys alliance.
Okay.
Santina was very useful to that guys alliance. And I think, you tell me, you were like, you're like, oh, Zach, you're my friend.
Yeah.
I want to come after the guys. He's a guy.
He's a guy.
He's going, wait, what?
Right.
Like, do you look back? Do you think about all those things now?
I do think about those things. And I think that was like my way of expressing my intent. And, you know, with how close we were getting, I think I overestimated our relationship and what we were building. And I think he looked at
you were talking to a friend at the time.
I know.
Right?
I know.
Yeah.
He took advantage of me. I knew it. I love Zach, so.
No, but you know what? You have big superfan energy in that you know what we want to see. We want to see big alliances get toppled. So the fact that you were saying that, we were like screaming "Yes, Queen" at the screen. You know what I mean? But we're like, oh no, he doesn't know.
Yeah, I know. I was I really clued into when I talked to Santina and she knew something about Zach, and I'm like, wait a second.
Oh.
How do you guys know each other? But then at that point, it was like too late. I was like really piecing it together. I'm like, okay, yeah, this is happening. And
your brain went in overdrive. Is that what happened? I felt like it was like the Matrix and like the zeros and ones, like it was all coming.
Absolutely. I looked at every single equation, and it would have been really naive to think that this was just Santina's mastermind move. I mean, I know that she's a tough cookie to crack, if you would, and I know that there's a lot of heart and maybe hurt there, and I was really trying to drive that, like, I can work with you. Actually, I thought that we had a pretty good agreement with, like, let's keep some distance. We don't want him to look at us as a power duo.
Oh
you know, it's like,
meanwhile, you should have been like, stuck to her like glue.
I should have been stuck to her like a head. Like, literally, I was like, I should have just lied because people were gonna say I was lying. I should have used a social game because people say I was being social. Like, it was all the things that I wasn't that really got me. Like, I was genuinely just being an honest person throughout the process, and I was like, oh my gosh, maybe I should have lied more.
We could see that. I know, because you're like, if I'm gonna, be in trouble for doing all those things, I should have done all those things, and I could have been a lot more devious. As a fan of the show, do you think this is harder than you thought? Or is it about what you imagined?
Well, actually, this was a lot harder than I thought. I think that past house guests really made it look easy. Like, I connect my journey with kind of how Gary started his journey, or their journey, sorry. And I really was just, I wish I had some blue glitter power with me, but, I just empathize with Gary now and what Gary had to go through, like back to back to back. And I was like, wow, imagine having to go through this over and over and over again. The emotional, like, I call it Ferris wheel, right? Yeah. In 1 hour, you're like sad, angry, happy, insane. I was going insane. So
you were doing great. We love to see somebody somebody who wants to upend a power structure. The problem was that the power structure was hidden.
Yeah.
But what I do think you managed to do was rally people in a way. People were already thinking some of the things you were thinking. They were seeing some of the things you were seeing. But sometimes it takes, someone going out to be like, oh, this is serious.
Absolutely.
Like, you guys, you better get your stuff together. And that's kind of what you told people on the way out.
Yeah, I really wanted them to look at me and what happened to me as a wake-up call because, I think that the impact of what happened, they really miscalculated that although this could have happened a couple of weeks ago, I think that this was actually a poor decision, smart decision for backdoor.
For some people, right?
But
you are a bit of a cop piece already, I can say that.
Yeah,
One pump, but I know.
Yeah, I'll give them that. But ultimately, I think that they misunderestimated the impact on the house doing something like this. Like, call it what it is. It's a shady move. And, whether you believe it's just Santina or there are people behind there, like, everyone's going to think that.
Let me tell you, JM, in all my years as host, I've seen very few moves that were as ice cold as that. That was ice cold. You got together. She took you to Wendy's.
Baby.
She never told you right before. But look at you. Like, look at this composure. Like, I think you really love the game, and I can tell that, and I'm so happy you got to play because for so many fans, this is still such a dream,
It is. Honestly, I would not trade this experience for anything in the world, and it's actually being part of this has given me a whole new layer of love for Big Brother, and I'm sure you guys have heard of all the things why this everything, this world means so much to me and my family, and it was a good time. And I really tried with Santina. I even pitched that case that as a fan of the show, I can understand you were under duress. Like, I can forgive this. I know what happened without telling her what happened. And I think at that point she felt safe in what she's laying her in bed, and she's made her bed and she's laying in it. And
she will be laying in it, and I think we'll be watching that. And you'll be watching with your parents, I hope.
I hope so.
Shout out to your mom and dad.
Yep.
And the whole Pinoy Big Brother crew.
Yes,
amazing.
yes.
Who do you think is gonna win?
I think it's going to be Renee, actually.
Oh!
I think she's got a great head on her shoulders. She was actually the first person that expressed the idea of a guys' alliance, and I was blown away by her ability to, separate personal and game, and I was like, I have to learn from this. Like,
ooh,
so
this is
I'm
juicy.
excited.
Okay.
I'm so excited.
Well, check this out. You have a certain amount of Wendy's rewards points that you have accumulated. I'm not going to tell you exactly what they're for just yet, but it's good.
Okay.
But since you're leaving, you have the opportunity to gift one player your points. I believe you have 650 points. And again, this is not bad. This is good.
Okay.
So who are you choosing to give your points to?
Are they going to know that I gave them the points?
That's a good question. I'm gonna. Do you want them to know? Is what I really want to know. Yeah, they're gonna know. They're gonna know.
Honestly, it's pretty safe, but I wanted to go to Kuzi.
Oh, amazing. Okay. Listen, John Michael, thank you so much. You were such a pleasure to watch in there. I'm high-key devastated that you're gone, but I'm just happy that you're now part of our Big Brother Canada family.
I'm
I love that
too.
for us. Well, listen, this is just the first eviction of the season because things are only getting started in the BBCAN manner. Speaking of getting started, grab yourself some Wendy's home-style French toast sticks. They're delicious, and they're a sweet way to start your morning. Thank you, John Michael.
Thank you, Arisa.
Thank you again, and we'll see you right after next week's eviction right here